Hey everybody, Sneaky here from Sneaky Gaming, getting ready to actually jump in here on Lord of the Rings Online and do a little bit of a side project that I thought I'd do. This first 6 minutes or so is actually a voiceover because I had my mute turned on the microphone until I finished the character creation. What I thought I would do here is quickly, and that is a relative term, roll a high elf RuneKeeper to just do a little bit of something a little different. I've never played a high elf before. You can see it's still locked at this point, and in order to do that, I'm going to have to unlock it. Now, if you're stayed with me throughout these episodes, you'll know that one of the things I'm doing is actually saving up my Lotro points, which is what you're looking at here, because I wanted to do things like unlock the high elf. So here I am running into the store to go ahead and unlock that high elf as we go through here. Okay, so why am I doing this? You know, I've been questing through the Trollshaws here for a little bit and thought I would do something just a little side questy before I jump back in and completed the Trollshaws. I ran this probably, well, I ran it in the middle of what you're watching right now. Here I'm making a decision whether I want to go with a male character or female. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and go with a female character. And at this point, I'm really just reviewing and reading that race info, talking about the buffs and debuffs that the character receives. Being an elf, they're actually at the end of their time in Middle Earth, and so they have a couple of debuffs that are out there. That's what you're seeing here. But also because they're an elf, they get a couple of good buffs, like the Suffer No Illness is a pretty nice thing, because they get a little bit of a buff to their constitution, and it's a little harder to get them a fear because they've been here around so long. All right, so I think I've finished having a conversation about that, and we're going to go ahead and jump into looking at the features of this particular character. I ran this for a little bit. I don't know that I recorded too much of it. I don't think this is going to be a big part of the channel, at least for the time being, because I want to get back on the epic quest line here in a couple of episodes. But I did want to go ahead and do a little side project, because I've played RuneKeeper before. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and finish the character creation here in just a second. There we go. So the first thing I wanted to do was really get the hair the right color. You know, one of the things about playing these games is you're watching your character from the back almost all the time. So that's why you'll see me turn them around quite a bit and look at the backside of their head, because that's what I see, and that's what you're seeing. Yeah, we do spin around, and we do have a public face out there. So what I did here was I did a randomize, and actually I was pretty pleased with this. I like that hairstyle. I like the way those pulled back, the beadwork that they had out here. Just wanted to double check there. I looked at the eye color again. They got the nice pretty blue eye color, and we went on from there. Now, it doesn't matter if this is a male or female character. They're just a character at that point, especially once they start getting armor and everything else, robes, whatnot. And so now I'm actually thinking about what the name is. Now, one of the things that I like to do is, a lot of people know me from Snigorks, which is one of my, been known as that for a long time, back when I played Dungeons and Dragons, not online, but actual pencil and paper, first generation, like 70s, 80s time frame. That's when I was playing D&D. So I always like to start with a Snig, because I think it's just easy to go ahead and do there. And so I'm looking at the suffixes here and deciding if there's any one that looks good here. And at this point, I'm just about ready to look at this. And I think I've decided to call it Sniganor. And there we go. We now have Sniganor, the RuneKeeper. Now she's going to go ahead and jump into the system, or the world. You'll notice that I actually have 6 characters out here. I think I have a 7th slot open. I've got Snigval down there, was a hunter. But anyway, we're getting ready to go back to my current commentary. So thanks for listening, and we'll go ahead and go back to what I record live. Well, that's embarrassing. Hey everybody, Snigby here from Snigby Gaming. I actually just went through and did a build on my
In the year
High Elf.
3434 of the Second Age, a great alliance of elves and men assembled in defiance of the Dark Lord's will to conquer all the lands of Middle-earth. The High Elves, the blessed of Valinor, who suffered the greatest wraths of Sauron and Morgoth the enemy, now seek to ensure that his evil is forever banished from the world.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and how do I want to do this? Let's just put everybody into bag number 1. So before we get started here, I'm going to do a little cleanup. The reason I started this with, hey, that's embarrassing, is, yeah, I didn't, I have my microphone on mute, which is never good if you're trying to record something with audio for everybody out there. So, oh, I need to do one more here. There we go. Alright, turn that off. Move this down here. Need to really move my attunement down over here as well. I like to go ahead and put these types of things here in the middle. Some of these other areas like a skill queue, a gambit panel, those can stay where they are. Bar 2 is undocked. Again, where do you want to put that? You know, we can move those around as we go through. Escort vitals, we'll go ahead and leave those where they are. Loot roll, kind of move that over here. Frame rate up there, not that we ever use these things. Sparring timer, again, I don't use that, but we'll move it up here. In travel, go ahead and move that over there. Move this here. Mount experience, advancement tracker, I think I typically move over in this area as well. I've experimented with moving my radar to different areas of the of what's going on there, but yeah, I kind of like it leaving it right there. The quest tracker right here. Examination tooltip position. We'll move it over here. In travel, mount experience, escorts. Mount display panel. Fellowship maneuvers. Kind of move those around here. What are these? Mounted companion man and companion manager. Alright. Soldier, skirmish soldier. And itemware. Move that up here as well. Okay. I think we're good on that. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Now, by the way, I have never seen the High Elf and what's going on here. So this is a new intro for me. I'm looking forward to this. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk.
My dearest friend, as Sauron surely knows, the mastery is ours in this battle.
Snigoran, you seem As if lost in a trance, I could not rouse you until this very moment. My dearest friend, do not allow the enemy to cloud your thoughts with a vision of defeat. As Sauron surely knows, the mastery is ours in this battle. Alas, a cornered foe is the most deadly, and there are none more treacherous than the enemy in this realm. We must put our troubles behind us for the moment and press our advantage. So attend to High King's address to the Alliance. Gil-galad, I love it. Okay. Do we get to stand up in the front row? Must be in the front row. We've called upon all the armies and the peoples we could, still not be enough. King Rourke, Oathbreaker, and his traitors kin have fled into the mountains. Not good. And Durin has sent only a few hundred of his folk. That was Isildur. Hearken to me, elves and men, the time for debate is ended. Sauron sows only division among those who would oppose him, and see now what it has done. The kings of Lorien and the Woodland realm pressed their forces into certain defeat. And why? They allowed the pride to blind them to the enemy's treachery. Sauron is swift to twist the pride and fear of his foes into weapons of his own. The men of Numenor that remain in this realm know this treachery all too well. Hey, there's Glorfindel. Elrond. Indeed, the faces of Numenor and Aragorn are tragic, but Sauron's wrath is only terrible since those days. If we fall to defeat in this battle, there will never be again a force to oppose it. The Dark Lord gathers strength anew beyond the Black Gate. We must throw down Morhonen. Only then shall Sauron himself be forced to atone for the evils he has laid upon our people. We must put an end to this evil before the scout rushes down. High King riders approach from beyond Morhonen. It's a meager assembly of only 9 in number. Might the enemy seek to parley at last? Uh-oh, I know who these 9 are. Sauron does not wield his servants as ambassadors. It's the Nazgul. Allow them to ride forth unhindered, but remain on guard. We shall meet them in the field. Run away! Run away! At last the bearers of the 9 rings reveal themselves. The Shadow Kings have returned out of the darkness. Do I need to follow? I think I do. And look at all those arrows. They approach. The Nazgul. The Cursed Riders. Man, look at that XP. 7 million. 7.5. How about the Witch King? I want to get the Witch King out here. See, but oh, look at him. He's got 14 million. Almost 15 million. Whoa. The Bane, the Witch King, the Cursed Rider, the Grim Sauron. I didn't know these guys had names. That's kind of cool. Ah, the Elf King and the Accursed Faithful. My master has bidden me to deliver his terms. Terms? Have we assembled so great an alliance that your master now seeks to surrender? Good. He's going to give up. Sauron the Great speaks of not of his surrender, but yours. Really? I didn't know. Speak then, servant of Sauron. I am no mere servant. You speak to the King of Men and Lord of the Nazgul. Nazgul, do you no longer speak in your own tongue? You are no king. The ring you bear has seen to that. Silence, elf witch. These are his terms. Celebrimbor crafted 3 rings in mockery of his design. You will surrender them and swear oaths to never again come before the gates of Mordor. You would be wise indeed to accept his kindness. I don't think so. And if we should accept, what promise can he give us that he will not again make war against us? He offers none. None shall pass. Peace cannot be made with Sauron. Such an offer is merely another of his lies. 'Tis but a flesh wound. Go now, flee to your master, and tell him that its doom approaches. Where'd everybody else go? So be it. Sauron the Great has stayed my hand for the moment, but his patience is nearly ended. It is you and this pitiful host who should flee, for soon no shelter, no matter how well hidden, shall be free of Sauron's dominion. Yee! Snigoran, let us speak. Or Sniganor.
With Sauron's demands rejected, we can no longer hold hope that the Gwytherine shall stay their hands in this battle.
Before the night arrived, I sent forth the spears of Lindon with a garrison of elves and men. With Sauron's demands rejected, we can no longer hold hope that these people shall stay their hands in battle. You know the spears as Theleron, Migarael, and Thurnaith, my friend, and they have stood by my side through many great battles against Sauron and his most terrible servants. Ere they departed, they swore to cross the enemy's trenches and dismantle their siege equipment. It is true enough that catapult shot has not hit our positions in some time, but the wider front has been brought to ruin by these very tools. You must now be my scout and my messenger. Learn what has become of their garrison, and if any of them yet live, deliver them a message of hope. The Alliance marches upon the Black Gate, and no evil man or orc shall stand in the way of our victory over Sauron. Okay, I can do that. Looks like I get to go forward. One more here. This goes back to the attunement thing here. Good. Alright, let's continue. Another set of baddies here. Let's do the Spearmen first. Alright, I think I need to move some things around here. Gonna move my healer over onto my pinky. I use my keyboard here. Swiftly now, this way. The spears have held against Sauron's forces, but they fight a desperate battle. Okay, so some of these skills take a little bit longer to bring up, and some of them have a little range limitations there. So let's see if I can take out this guy. Get them all? I guess we did. We need to come over here and talk to somebody here. Speak quickly, friends, for our foes surge from the east. You tell Denethor our encounter with the Gwynethon delivered the High King's message. 2 of their number passed through our garrison from the north. One rode westward and scattered our numbers, but the other he took Teleron. Oh no! In the midst of battle he caught his sword arm in a cruel coil of the rope and dragged him eastward. I do not follow him through the massive orcs. I failed him. I failed the High King, but still I must fight on. Okay. Well, let's see what this one says.
In the field, and let us hope that the Alliance shall arrive to drive off
Rescue
enemy's forces.
Wounded soldiers. You tell Megaroth you encounter with the Gwyneth and tell the High King Gilgalad's message. We shall truly strike at the Black Gate. This day the Alliance will soon come hither, as we did. The High King commanded and brought the enemy's weapons to run, but when these guys appeared, they slew many of our number and divided our forces upon the Daggeroth, the vice for which they once knew. The Gwyneth, when they took the rings, have long faded, but this one I knew by his blade. The cursed rider he is called, and he goaded his steed onward over the backs of elves and men orc alike. Regrettably, we were forced into retreat before we could aid many of them from the field of battle. We now struggle to hold only the path of the Great Trench, and the enemy's forces have brought forth more trebuchets and ballistae upon the Daggerland. Aid the wounded in the field, and let us hope the Allies shall arrive to drive the enemy forces. Okay, so there should be some wounded out here. Let's see if we can find some wounded people here. Thank you, my friend. There's another one. Keep on keeping on. Ride me down. I cannot. Oh no! How about if I do a little healing on you? Oh, he's a corpse. Not good. Leave me, friend. He's trapped in the veil. Okay, keep going west, north, south, east, west. That's this way. Oh no! The cursed rider! There's no escape for you. Yes, there is. We can do it! The Dark Lord holds no power over me, Wraith. But my fate is sealed or not, my arrow shall still fly true. Fool, wills can be broken. Thorindil of Greenwood and this blade shall see to that. Uh-oh. There's a spawn here. Oh no, spiders! So we gotta take out this one, I think. Stay back, I'll leave you some peace for what you have done. Nope, spiderlings. Little lag spike there looked like. Yay, run away!
The prince is fortunate to have survived his father's attack on the Black Gate, but the Guatharan's words trouble me.
The rider spoke a name, and Corna Eri departed. Ungwatari, the Spider Queen. Ungolict is grown from the realm and shall trouble the world no more, but her children remain, preying on anything they can devour and spreading her darkness through the Middle Earth. One among them must now hunger as she did, without a care of the power of the Dark Lord and without purpose other than consume. These are unhappy tidings, my friend, even if it seems fortuitous that the great spiders turned upon the rider. If we do not face this child of Ungoliath in the war, it is certain in the day will come when her hunger shall seek to sate itself beyond the shadows of Mordor. The High King gave me leave to pursue you at the urging of Spears of Linden. But he has called for your return at once. The Alliance has come forward to garrison at last. Reunite with them there and make ready for our assault at the Black Gate. Yes, I shall do that. I think this probably is using that High King Gilgalad.
Our hearts are now divided, dear friend. May the light of the Valar shine upon us.
I'm glad to see you again, Snegnor. Dareneth and Megarth have told me of Theron's capture, and I'm troubled by such grim tidings. Dark Lord would not soon have forgotten the wounds he suffered at our hands, and I fear what form his vengeance might take. Even now, as I wish to abandon my duty, I cannot turn my eyes from the Black Gate at such a crucial hour. Thus, I give you this mission of dire importance. You must find Elrond, and you must save him from the Gretharain. That's the Black Riders to you and me. As for the Alliance, one of Durin's folk has devised a cunning plan to draw the attention of the Dark Lord's forces and allow for swift travel against the Black Gate. In truth, I know not if this plan shall bear fruit, but we must conquer the gate if Sauron is to be defeated. I would ask that you speak to Sleglar the Crafty. He is an honorable enough dwarf despite his chosen title. Once you have done as he asks, pursue the Gwalthoran and rescue Theleron. Our paths are now divided, my friend, but let us hope each of them leads to victory. May the light of Valar shine upon us. Alright, we'll continue. Talk to the crafty one.
At your service. Or perhaps you are at mine.
Have you considered how the enemy's trenches never seem to stop burning? Well, I have. Slegar gestures to the pile of barrels beside him. These barrels are filled with a crude black powder that explodes when exposed to flame. Not only that, it burns for hours afterwards. Aye, if it were more useful in stonework. I think Durin himself would let us steal some away. The Dark Lord's Black Riders, the damned ringwraiths as the men call them, are wily enough, but these goblins are none too bright. They've left the barrels right here next to their own ballista and catapults. Why don't you set some of them off? That ought to put an end to the siege and draw their attention long enough for the Alliance to reach Blackgate. Just make sure you don't stick around once you light them. Sure, I can do that. So, looks like I need to go over here. Nope, already done that. Got it. Okie dokie. So, sneak little time. Let's go ahead and take out that archer. Flame on! Run away! Ha ha ha. There's another one. How can I get there? Let's get this guy. Okay. Tis but a flesh wound. We can get that guy. We back up and see what happens. Cool. Okay, Mr. Drudge. See if we can get the warrior to come to us. That's 3, here's 4. There we go. Now, you know what would be fun to do? If I could just set off that barrel from here. I just did. And let's see if we can find the last one here. There it is. All right. Find and follow the path. Looks like we're running a little bit long here, but I do believe I want to continue following this. I may cut out the front bit where I was. How come sometimes my lightning works and sometimes it doesn't? Yes, hoofprints, follow them. Hoofprint. Hoofprints. Did you just do a front somersault? I thought you just did a somersault. If so, that was kind of cool. Snigorin, can it be? Sniganor. Follow me, Lady Hefferon shall want to speak with you. You found a familiar F.
Your tale troubles me, my friend, for Omroth spoke of a terrible figure that passed with an elf slung across his steed.
The High King sent me and my company eastward to learn what has become of the elves of Lorien, but alas, only Prince Amroth remains upon the field. His father and the others were routed to the north, but where they have gone we cannot follow. The prince is injured, but he will heal in time. I must ask, though, why have you come? You tell Harthelaine of the task given to you by the High King himself, and Therlon, the lost spear of Lindor, taken by one of the Gwethrain. Your tale troubles me, for Amroth spoke of a terrible figure that passed with an elf slung across a steed. Time may grow short for the Theleron, my friend. I think it's time we learn more about what the prince saw. Okay. Amroth, Prince of Lorien. Prince Amroth, can you tell my companion about what the rider you saw? As much as I do not wish to recall him, I can. Thank you. From what you've told me, he was one of the 9 Gwethrain, garbed in black and seated across a great steed. I know not if he still lived, but an elf was slung limply across the Gwethrain's steed. He lifted aloft a great mace, and with a crack of thunder his master's salute was toppled, or his master's statue. It was then that he looked upon me, and what remained beneath his hood sniffed madly at the air. There was a sorcery in his gaze, I tell you, for his eyes were as flames in a void. Perhaps he thought me slain, for he then rode off into the hills. Okay, so we need to go in the hills? No, it cannot be. It can be no other Hithgal. The Witch King has taken Theleron. Be wary, the men of the east who slew my father have an encampment in the hills, and this is where he must have gone. Thank you, Prince Amroth. There we go. I kneeled as well. If the men of the east hold the hillside, then we must go by secret steps. Alright, let's tell me where to go.
The Witch King has taken Theleron to the Overlook. We must pass through the Easterling encampment ahead.
Alright, let's do it. When my company came to Prince Amroth's aid, I heard a great cry and a thunder like flapping wings from above. It sounded like some terrible flying creature the size of great eagles. I could not spy it through the smoke, but I am certain it lurked beyond my sight. I do not know what this creature the servant of Sauron, but its presence made me fear all the more. If the Witch King has taken him to the Overlook, we must pass through the Easterlings' encampment ahead. The men of the East have grown arrogant behind Sauron's might, and have left a small passage in their encampment open to the woodlands. Follow me, and we shall sneak in and avoid the dangers approaching their gate upon the road. Let's use the follow command here. Pretty nice for an entrance level. Look at that sky. We must move quietly. It's not far now. Okay, I'm sneaking with you. Their sentry's sleepy. Uh-oh. Let's continue the following. Where are they? Where are they? Search the encampment for any signs. Well, I see these. Familiar hoof print. Let's go ahead and take out that archer. Alright, let's follow these hoof prints. That was good, I got a crit on him. Hello, horsey. Oh, good horsey. Be a good puppy. Oh, you're a nice little horsey. Why are you tied up? Oh, let's let you go. Oh, I want to let you go. Run away. Be a good horsey. Alright. Well, I will guess I'll just have to leave you behind. I tried to free you. Stairs. More stairs. Where is that Witch King? He's got a lot of hit points. I know I've got a lot at 35,000, but he's got like 7 million. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, but we're going to try. Because that's what we do. We try. Or is it, as Yoda says, do or do not, there is no try. I think I shall do. Can I talk about Star Wars and Lord of the Rings? Or is that just bad for mixing fandoms? Look at these little statues and little monoliths here. It's kind of cool. Oh, sorry, distraction. Oh, Witchy! Let's see if we can get you banished to Angmar. Come on, Witchy. Tell me what's up. I come too late, servant of Gil-galad. No, I came on time. Your fear has left you defenseless, and the elf has been borne away by the winged beast of my master. Oh, really? Oh, he's got 14 million hit points. Are you sniffing? The Elf King will never see him again, but you, Snigador, you shall be changed, and you will return to Gil-galad as his greatest foe. No, I won't. Nope. Not me. Oh! You stuck me! Suffer now and rise anew in the realm of the unseen. Really? No, I'm stronger than that. I'm stronger than that. Well, that wasn't a happy ending. Mumble. Okay. Let's find somebody. And I gotta do the /mumble. Can it be? Lord Elrond I'm trying to turn around. Has awoken at last. Rest easy, my friend. You are safe from harm in Imladris. The wound is healed, but Sniganor remains in need of rest. Hearthlin. Rest well, my friends. I shall return in... Okay, I'm resting. You have woken at long last. Let's find Elrond. Man, I wish I'd seen this place in the... It's beautiful. Can I jump in the garden? I can. Oh, hey, Elrond, buddy.
It brings me great joy to see you upon your feet once more, my friend.
After you fell, we attempted to heal you upon the battle plain, but the Witch King of Angmar had dealt you a grievous injury, unlike any dealt on our peoples before at the hand of the Dark Lord. The decision was made to return you to Imladris, far from the lands of the enemy. You suffered for years in restless agony as my healers worked to free you from the evils that lingered in your wound. When the war was ended, I returned to aid them and learned much of healing in the foul wounds of Morgul Still. When at last you could rest, you did so for many long years. Despite my efforts, your strength has diminished greatly. It may take a great time, but I believe you shall again know the power that lies within you. I've only got 197 hit points. Oh my god, I'm so squishy. After the task given to you by Gil-galad, do not consider it a failure, Sniganor. None could have foreseen the enemy's malice in sending his Nazgul to steal Felrond. Tragically, he was never found, even after Barad-dûr itself was brought to great ruin. It wounded Gil-galad greatly to lose you both in the war, and it's said that his light was dimmed even though all the battles that followed. Even so, he did not falter before the enemy. No, you did not fail in vain, my friend. Our victory on the battle plain that day bore fruit indeed. Sauron resisted our assaults for 7 years in the Dark Tower, but in the end he was cast down by Gil-galad and Elendil's son. Isildur cut the ring from Sauron's finger, destroying that Dark Lord and banishing him from this realm. Alas, there is more to be said on these matters. Alright, let's walk with you. If you remember one of the few that remain in my realm, you can call it as my due, my friend. I came here often to reflect on the sacrifices we made in the war. It is a pretty area. Indeed, Gil-galad and Elendil defeated the Dark Lord, but they did so at the cost of their own lives. That's kind of sad. The realms of elves and men were thus forever changed, and the world passed into the Third Age. And so it has been for many years now. I do not wish to alarm you, Sniganor, but it is now the 3018th year of the Third Age. I've been asleep for 3018 years? Oh my goodness. Even if much else has changed, Imladris is as you remember it. You have borne many burdens in your time, my friend, and so I gave you leave to depart the havens if you wish. I think I'll hang around for a little bit. I think I need to get my strength back up. There's another here who's staying a terrible wound in the war. Hithgall is his name. I remember Hithgall. Since chance has woken you today, perhaps he too is healed of the enemy's wounds. See if he has woken from his long rest, and we shall speak more of your journey to the Havens. What if I don't want to go to the Havens? Oh, was there something else? Despite appearing outwardly healed, Hithgall seems to be in a deep, uneasy slumber. His strength is returning, but he remains in a restless slumber. I think a few months more, I think. Alright. So, Elrond, buddy. You say I can leave? What if I don't want to go?
What has changed since we last traveled together from Imladris, my friend?
It is unfortunate to hear of Hithgall's continued ills, but I hold hope you shall soon recover as you have. You see, when battle came to Barad-dûr, Sauron himself felled Hithgall with a deadly ball, and it seemed only at the grace of valor he was not at once ended. Even still, the steel of the Dark Lord's weapons is tainted in much the same way as the blade that pierced you, and he has suffered its effect as you did for many long years. Now then, we have spoken enough of the past, let us turn our minds to the days ahead. Much has changed since we last traveled together from Imladris, my friend. It seems now an age of men, and I sense the time of the elves of Middle-earth draws near to the end. Indeed, many have departed the realm for the utmost west by the ships of Círdan, our friend of old. He is now called the Shipwright by those who know his works, and he dwells in Mithlon, with the few that still remain in his services. Much of the wood used by Círdan is ferried to Mithlon by way of the port of Celandon along the Arab line, and here you must journey to reach the Havens. Sneganor, I've gathered your belongings and a few supplies for your journey. I've set your ring in its case among the table across the room, and your armor rests in the chest at the bedside. It is still marked from battles, but time is not worn it elsewise. Indeed, the passing of an age has dimmed only our light and given rise to the shadow of the east. Concerning such matters, I have also prepared you a tome of warnings in the history of the Third Age thus far. You're free to claim them as you depart. Once you're prepared, you shall speak more of your journey. Okay. So, let's go ahead and find everything we need to find here. Where is... There's my armor. Carefully collecting. Nice. Jeweler's case. I notice nothing's going into my inventory here. I think I've gathered everything. So, buddy.
Eredon and Elrohir are to follow an expedition to the ruins of Ithilien, and they shall see you to Kellandin in the course of their travels.
In time your strength will return, my friend, and the power of your ring shall rise with it. I hope my writings prove be of most use for you as well. I recount much of the time has passed with your wound is healed, but I cannot be aware of all that has transpired since the end of the Second Age. As for your journey, my son shall see you to Celandin in the course of their own travels. Their follow expedition in the ruins of will live by the elf Dorlos on my behalf. Speak not of this to any outside their company. I had a strange premonition, and in it, amidst the field of blurred visions, a voice rose, saying, "Blood-red footsteps upon the snow, color black, where the dour king walks and takes his throne, and finished what was begun." It is a troubling riddle, my friend, and one I do not think soon solved. Have you had any thoughts of its meanings? You hear a muffled creak across the doors, and the doors open. It's just as well such troubles are to be left behind. To Dorlos and his expedition. My sons await you by the door, the central courtyard, and when you are ready to depart, they shall guide you to Celandon along the Erdlan. May your journey be swift and free of hardship, my friend. Okay, so I need to figure out what I want to take. I think I'm going to take my runestone. Yep. Finished now. And so now we go in and we find our, go to our character. Yep, consumables, experience leveling up. Let's go ahead and put on our ring. Look at that. Just putting a ring on gave us a little more, made us a little better out there. Where is the tunic? Okay, let's put that on. Yep, like that. A little upgrade of the pants. Sure, love that. How about some shoulder pads? I gotta have a little shoulder pad. Booties? Yep, change our booties. And our gloves. Alright, so I think if I go ahead and go ahead and sort those down, everything should be good to go. Alright.
I am certain Father has told you all about the journey ahead. But do not worry. The matter of his dream need not trouble you.
So Father is last giving you leave to travel. I must say I'm excited to learn more of the battles that he just passed from you. Father told us not to bother you with so many questions, but it's likely our last chance, is it not? I'm certain Father has told you about your journey ahead, but do not worry, the matters of his dreams need not trouble you. Besides, the journey to Celandine shall give us time to speak on other matters. I would think the events of the past 3,000 years would be of some interest to you. You betcha! A 3,000-year slumber? I'm glad you kept me alive that long. My brother and I stand ready to set out for Eridlan as soon as you're prepared. Let's go ahead and finish it. Well, that took an hour to do. So I believe what I'm going to do is, if this takes me to the regular quest area, and it does, I've received some mail, completed a deed, new skills are available, we'll have to go ahead and take care of that. Blowtro shop, of course, we know what that is. We can do the return home up to here. And there's a quest out here. So before we get into that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stop this, do a little bit of editing on this video, put a little voiceover whenever I didn't have my when I have my microphone on mute, and then we'll go from there. Anyway, this is Snigby signing off. Everybody, having a great day, and hope you enjoy this content and enjoy seeing a few different areas of Middle-earth, as well as maybe a little different gameplay than the Warden. So I'm still going to go play the Warden mainly, but I will be bouncing back and forth to Sniganor here to do this, just to kind of give you an idea of how the gameplay runs with this particular character and this particular class. Anyway, everybody, Snigby, having a great day. You have a great day as well, and we're signing off. Bye-bye.